Well, welcome into another episode of KARE 11 Sports Plus. I'm Julia Daniels. Nasera Kelvy's with me. My partner in crime at this point, I guess.
Happy to be here.
Hey, happy to have you. We have just a little bit of sports to talk about today. We're kind of getting into that weird part of summer where things are in a lull a little bit. All the all-star breaks are happening.
Correct.
Back to back to back, and that's exciting.
Twins are starting to heat up a little bit.
Twins are
Twins are heating up a little
going
bit.
through the ebb of their ebbs and flows.
Yeah, wow.
So.
Delicately put. I like it.
Thank you. Let's talk about the Lynx first because they played today.
Yes.
Wow, Lynx, so good.
Dub. So good now,
So
not
good.
so good on Saturday when they lost to the Sky.
Yeah.
I was stunned. I was shocked. But then they got their get back right away. Sorry, I'm doing a little bit of like, here's the things that since last time we
Hey,
talked.
absolutely. I like it.
They lost to the Sky. I was stunned. I was like, no way. How are we going to lose to the Sky? Then they got their get back right away as soon as they could. And then now they got another win streak going. So, man, good luck betting against the Lynx at this point.
I know. The Lynx are 12-0 at home, which is incredible. 20-4 after today's win over the Mercury, headed into the All-Star break. The best team in the W. There's no arguing about it. They are the best team in the W. Today, a more well-rounded performance from this group, which I think that they've been desperate for,
Certainly,
right?
yeah.
4 or 5 starters are in double digits. Every single person active on the roster got a bucket today, at least.
Kayla McBride showed out.
Kayla McBride had 18 points.
She showed out once
Jess
again.
Shepard had 8 rebounds to lead the team
Yeah,
off the
it's
bench.
crazy.
So just really incredible stuff today from the Lynx. I would love your input. I mean, the Mercury are a team that have given them some challenges this season. So your thoughts on today's game?
I thought it was great. You know, when you said that they're a great team, I was going to initially just right off the bat say they also have the best player in the WNBA, and they do. I don't think there's any question about that, but I think what you said is exactly right. When you have that kind of rounded effort, and I think in the games where you can get McBride really going like she did today, I think the Lynx are just really, really, really going to be hard to stop. I mean, they rode that combo, all the way to the finals last year with McBride and Collier. They're just fantastic the entire time, and Nafisa was a little bit less active point-wise today than we're used to seeing. But, it didn't matter. They won by, 12, 15 points at the end of the day still.
And I think also the Lynx are learning to spread the ball out a little bit because, yes, they rely on Nafisa because she is Nafisa Collier, but
Goat.
even she said this too last week. I don't remember which game it was after because they had so many games back to back to back to back to back. But she said, it's nice for them to continue to spread their offense out, share the love a little bit, but also get their offense going early, which has been something that they've really put an emphasis on. I will say the New York Liberty, well, I guess the Mercury are technically... Well, it's between the New York Liberty and the Mercury. Mercury have one more loss than the Liberty do. But the closest anybody's getting is five games away, 5.5 games away from the Lynx in terms of who's leading the W right now. So just the expectation was high headed. And that's where I kind of want to circle it back when we get to the All-Star break. We get to this point in the season where we kind of get to take a step back and look at the expectations that this team had for themselves headed in and how they have met them or exceeded them at this point. And I would argue that they have exceeded their expectations. Of course, when it comes to Cheryl Reeve and the culture that she builds in her team, they don't think that, right? They still got more to prove.
Yeah, no, and I think you pointed this out properly just a little bit ago. I think this Lynx team has this ability to just take advantage of momentum and then not look back. They took a lead in this game today, and they didn't look back the rest of the game. There was a stretch in the fourth quarter where they had 3 straight turnovers, and every turnover resulted in a bucket. And when you're doing that, that's just so demoralizing for your opponent. We see the Wolves sometimes tap into that too, that ability to do that.
Yep.
But the Lynx have been even more consistent, even more playing as a team, even more in tune with each other when it comes to being able to create those turnovers, get the points off, and then completely take the other team out of the game, make them not want to play anymore. I don't think anyone's doing that better in the W right now than the Minnesota Lynx are.
I also want to give a shout out to Alana Smith because obviously we know her as this incredible defender, but she had 11 points today, and she has stepped up her offense. She said that was something that she wanted to work on headed into this season and when she was playing abroad, but it's really just now kind of coming to fruition for her. And so want to give a shout out to Lamb because it's something that she struggled with. I know last year she definitely had some pits she felt like she was falling into. I would love to see Bridget Carlton step up her game a little bit offensively too. I know that that's something she is also, and she and I have talked personally about that, where she just told me, my offense is not where I want it to be. I'm not making shots that I should be making, and it's frustrating. And I think another thing about Alana Smith is something that she's currently working through is I think she gets inside of her head. A missed bucket is going to put her in the negative for a little bit during the game. And so I think she's working on the get back. I think something that is helping with that is the personalities that they have on this team. They have somebody vocal like Courtney Williams. Fee's a great captain as it is to kind of encourage her to get back. I think that they picked up on the fact that she does that and they can help her get back into the swing of things in the middle of a game, and I think that that's something that she struggled with. So it's nice to see her get 11 points today. And Courtney Williams and her assists too. This is the 7th game that she's had 5 assists or more in.
Wow.
So not just the 7th game this season, 7th consecutive game that she's had 5 assists or more in. So
a little streak.
She knows how to spread the ball out, that's for sure.
Yeah. Perfect. No, I mean, to your point, this is what that kind of game will show. When you have your star player who's not going off for 25, 35, that's when everyone else needs to step up. That's when you get those opportunities to step up. And you saw that, like you just said, you saw a lot of teams step up. That's how you win the game at the end of the day. But for those individual players who maybe not performing at the level you expect them to, this is the kind of game they need to kind of get into that. So hopefully they get more opportunities coming up. I mean, the All-Star breaks here. We'll see what happens in the second half of the season for them.
Yeah, last time they played, shout out to the defense just here before we wrap up our basketball talk. Shout out to the Lynx defense. Alyssa Thomas had, I think, 28 points against them last time they met last week. She had 12 points today to lead Phoenix's charge, so nobody broke 13 from Phoenix, and that says a lot about the defense that the Lynx are getting back to. I feel like sometimes they kind of fall off, but I will say they have arguably, at least headed into All-Star break, the hardest schedule that there is. So it's nice to see them pull through the way that they have.
And they've been playing so much too, dude. They've been playing like almost, it seems like every day they're playing. I mean, they've had like what, 6 games?
They had 2 back-to-backs last week.
Yeah, I mean, that's
which
crazy.
is almost unheard of when it comes to the W. I will say there's more games this year than there has ever been when it comes to the WNBA. So that's something that they're adjusting to as well. But the Lynx definitely have had, I mean, they had 5 games in 8 days, I believe, at one point in part of last week's stretch. And so that's always tough on everybody. And that's why they dropped the ball a little bit there. That's why the Sky came out swinging so in the first game of last week. They came out swinging so hard. So
I mean, All-Star break's coming at a good time. Put it that
All-Star break is coming at a great time. Speaking of All-Stars, the Twins are just now bringing Joe and Big Buck back.
They're back.
From
the
their
Twins are
All-Star
back,
performance.
baby. They are on fire, dude. They literally, I don't know how you could be any better. Byron Buxton. Let's just talk about Byron Buxton for a second. My goodness. Is there anything this man cannot do when he's healthy?
No.
He can do it all, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited. It's so nice that as a really ardent, again, I like to say this often and I mean it every time I say it, I'm just somebody who enjoys sports. I don't have a favorite, you know what I mean, in this battle. But Byron Buxton, my goodness, since he first stepped on the scene with the Twins, it was evident what this man could do is unlike what 99% of the MLB can do. He is that talented, he is that skilled, and finally to see him healthy, to see him be an all-star, to see him get the cycle, to see him do all this, and the Twins season is turning around at the same time. If you are, like what I call myself, the quadruple B, the biggest Byron Buxton believer,
Okay.
there could not be a better time to be that way. Your thoughts?
Okay. Well, I just want to talk about the All-Star game itself, too. I mean, so Buck has... He has a double and he scores a run.
Yep.
Joe Ryan comes in bottom of the 4th in the All-Star game last night, and he
No runs allowed.
No runs allowed, and he strikes out 2. So solid stuff, solid showing from both. I'm glad that Joe Ryan got the chance to go and partake in his first All-Star game. I think it's well deserved. I think it's about time. I'm not surprised that he went the way that he did, filling in for somebody else, but
He showed out.
I think that it's something that he does deserve in the way that it came about. I don't think this is the last time we'll see Joe Ryan at an All-Star game. So, I mean, it is slightly surprising that this is Buck's second All-Star game and that's it, but it comes at the cost of he is just not healthy.
Unfortunately.
A lot of the times. So, yeah, I think that it was a great showing from them. They've got the Rockies. They've got the Rockies this weekend, so grab your brooms.
They're gonna be,
It's gonna be a. It's gonna
they'll
be
be 500 before you know it. They're what, 2 games, 3 games down from 500 right now?
Yeah, they are. They're
close. They're close, folks.
We just exited out of the. Yeah, they're 2 games left, so they're 47-49 right now. The Rockies are 22-74. Yikes.
They are shook right now. They're seeing what Byron Buxton's doing, and they're scared, I bet.
Yeah. What are your predictions for that? That series starts on Friday, by the way, everybody. Your predictions for that?
For that series, I agree with you. It's going to be a sweep. I'll take it a step further. I'll say the Twins are going to the playoffs this year. I'll say the Twins have another. Here's a take I think is going to sound hot to someone who doesn't know the Twins. I think the Twins have another 10-game win streak in them coming this season. I think they're going to do it again.
Oh, okay.
They're going to have 2 10-plus game
but
win
just
streaks.
10?
Well, maybe 11. Let's be reasonable. Let's be realistic. Let's not put too much pressure on them at any time.
Let's be real about this. Yeah, I think obviously we also had the MLB draft happen. I don't know if you got to look at any of that or not.
I did. We covered the first round. We covered the first round on KARE11.com. We covered the rest of it. It's tough, man, with baseball just because you don't know when you're going to see these guys.
Yeah,
it's going to be a long time.
It's a farm, right?
Yeah.
You gotta plant those seeds and water them, fertilize, weed a little bit, and wait a few months, aka years, for them to get where they can fully. Okay, I'm sorry about that metaphor. That was ridiculous.
You went all in. I'm not going to stop it now. I'm going to keep going.
We're going to keep going. We're going to keep talking about this. Yeah, the Twin. I mean, this is just. It's kind of a interesting thing when it comes to the MLB draft because it's similar to the NHL draft. You're not going to see these guys for a while. You're going to be like, oh my God. In 2 years, we're going to be like, wow, Merrick Houston, remember that guy? Yeah, that's kind of when you start talking about him. But yeah, they took Wake Forest. Merrick Houston, I think, was their top pick that they took. And
16th overall, I believe.
Yeah. So he was just finishing out his junior year at Wake Forest. So another shortstop for the Twins. Classic Twins going with an infielder. Their top pick in the draft.
That's what all the comments were.
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting stuff. I was interested about the pitcher that they took that's 6'11".
That's cool, right off the bat.
It's very, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess the Tyler Glasnow effect that's happening for everybody. But, yeah, exciting stuff. It is just like that weird waiting game. I mean, this guy's 21 years old, right?
Yeah.
So, born in 2004. Wow. Yeah, born in 2004.
Dude, go back to school, man.
But it's exciting. I mean, it's always exciting. And then they also, I want to say, they took a Roll Tide guy, University of Alabama's Riley Quick. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's really cool, man. No, we all love that school over here, man. All of us equally are big fans of Alabama.
Hey, listen, here's what I have to say about this, all right?
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, is that Alabama does not have a lot of guys picked in the MLB draft. So this was an exciting moment for me.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Twins organization, Riley.
Finally, Alabama is getting some credit in the sports world. They have been so overlooked when it comes to college athletics, and about darn time that they're getting a little bit of a spotlight for their athletes.
Yeah. You said it best.
Yeah, right.
I think they should get more praise, in my opinion.
They could never have enough for their athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, no one even knows. No one even knows any of these people. Yeah, I didn't even know they had teams down there.
All right, well, Twins may sweep this weekend. We're going to keep you updated, of course, every Wednesday with our KARE 11 Sports Plus show. Thanks for sticking with us.